Okay, I need to be straight with you about something, and honestly, this might be the most important astrological window we've had all year. Tomorrow isn't just another moon transit. When the moon enters Sagittarius tomorrow afternoon, I really believe it's going to unlock something that's been building for weeks. And the wildest part? Most people have absolutely no idea what's about to happen. But here's what's really getting my attention. This isn't just about tomorrow. This entire week, starting right now, is setting up to be what I genuinely think could be the luckiest week of 2025. And I know that sounds like a big claim, but stay with me, because when you understand what's actually happening in the sky right now, it's going to make complete sense. And if you've been feeling this strange, restless energy lately, like something big is about to shift, but you can't quite put your finger on what, there's a very specific reason for that. I'm going to explain exactly why that's happening in just a minute. But first, I need you to understand something crucial. 3 zodiac signs are about to receive what I can only describe as a surprise blessing. And I don't use that term lightly. This isn't just good vibes or positive energy. I think this is the universe literally handing certain people exactly what they've been waiting for, maybe even things they didn't know they needed. The real reason this week feels different already. So here's the thing. Yesterday morning, something massive happened that most people completely missed. Mars entered Capricorn. And I know that might not sound like a big deal if you're not deep into astrology, but let me explain why this matters so much. Mars in Capricorn is what we call exalted. It's basically Mars at its absolute best. Think of it like this. If Mars is usually driving a regular car, in Capricorn it's driving a Ferrari. Everything just works better. Actions become more effective. Plans actually succeed. The energy that's been scattered for the past 6 weeks suddenly becomes laser-focused. And here's what I've been noticing. And maybe you have too. Since yesterday morning, there's been this shift in the air, like suddenly obstacles that seemed impossible are just movable. Has that been happening for you? That thing you've been struggling with might suddenly have a solution that appears out of nowhere. But this Mars energy alone isn't what makes this the luckiest week. It's what happens when tomorrow's Sagittarius moon comes in and basically lights the fuse on all this potential. The moon acts like a trigger in astrology. It's the thing that activates the slower moving energies and makes them real in our daily lives. I really believe that when the moon enters Sagittarius tomorrow at 4:40 in the afternoon, it's going to feel like someone just opened all the windows after a long, stuffy day. The heaviness lifts. The mood shifts from intense and serious to hopeful and expansive. And that's when the magic really starts happening. Why Aries is about to have their biggest win of the year. Okay, so if you're an Aries or you have Aries in your chart, I really need you to pay attention right now, because what's happening for you isn't just luck. I think it's vindication. Mars is your ruling planet. It's like your cosmic CEO, and when Mars enters its exaltation in Capricorn, you get a massive upgrade to your entire operating system. For Aries, this is hitting your career sector, your 10th house, and honestly, this is huge. The surprise blessing for Aries is probably going to show up in your professional life, that promotion you've been waiting for, that recognition that seemed to pass you by. I really think it's coming this week. And here's the beautiful part. It's not going to feel like luck. It's going to feel like justice, like finally people are seeing what you've been bringing to the table all along. And with Venus making that healing trine to Chiron on Thursday, which is happening right in your sign, by the way, there's this additional layer of personal healing happening. That imposter syndrome that's been eating at you. I believe it's about to dissolve. The self-doubt, the second-guessing, it's like someone's about to hand you proof that you were right to believe in yourself all along. Tomorrow's Sagittarius moon is going to light up your expansion zone, your 9th house, so you might suddenly see the bigger picture of where your career is heading. An opportunity might come from somewhere unexpected, maybe through education, travel, or even legal matters finally resolving in your favor. Does that resonate with what you've been dealing with? The key for Aries this week is to be ready to say yes. When that opportunity shows up, and I really believe it will, don't overthink it. Your ruler is in the best possible position. Trust that energy. Trust yourself. Taurus finally breaks free from the standstill. Now, Taurus, I know this year has felt like you've been stuck in quicksand at times. Uranus has been shaking up your world for what feels like forever, right? But here's what I think is about to happen. You're about to break free from whatever's been holding you back. When Mars enters Capricorn, it's activating your 9th house, the area of expansion, higher learning, adventure. If you've been waiting on something involving education, legal matters, publishing, or international connections, I really believe this week is when things finally start moving. But here's what makes this especially powerful for you. Venus is your ruling planet, and when she makes that beautiful trine to Chiron on Thursday, something heals. Maybe it's a financial worry that suddenly resolves. Maybe it's a relationship wound that finally stops hurting. The surprise blessing for Taurus might come through someone else, a partner's success, an unexpected inheritance, or money you'd forgotten was coming to you. Tomorrow's Sagittarius moon is hitting your 8th house of shared resources and transformation. This isn't surface-level change. This is deep, meaningful shift. The kind where you wake up one day and realize you're not the same person you were a week ago. And honestly, that's exactly what you've been needing. I've been hearing from so many Taurus people who feel like they're right on the edge of something big, like they can almost taste the freedom that's coming. And if that's you, you're not imagining it. The Earth energy building up this week with Mars in Capricorn is exactly what you need to feel stable enough to take that leap you've been considering. The surprise might be that the thing you thought was too risky suddenly feels completely doable. The adventure you've been putting off, the course you wanted to take, the move you've been considering. This week, the universe is basically giving you a green light. And with all this Earth energy supporting you, you can trust that you're not going to fall. Pisces emerges from the fog with clarity. Pisces, can we talk about what you've been through this year? Because I feel like 2025 has been intense for you in ways that other people just don't understand. You've had Saturn sitting in your sign, Neptune's been retrograde, and honestly, it's probably felt like you've been underwater half the time, right? But something shifted recently. Neptune just went direct in your sign, and I think you're already feeling the fog starting to clear. And now, with Mars entering Capricorn and activating your 11th house, the house of wishes fulfilled, I really believe your manifestations are about to become reality. The 11th house is special. It's traditionally called the house of good spirit, and when Mars gets exalted here, it's like having a cosmic champion fighting for your dreams. That goal you've been working toward, that community project you've been building, that wish you made months ago and almost forgot about, I think it's about to show up in ways you didn't expect. Tomorrow's Sagittarius moon is going to light up your career sector, your 10th house, so the surprise blessing for Pisces might be professional, a job offer, a promotion, or suddenly being seen as the leader you've always been inside. After feeling invisible or overlooked for so long, you're about to step into the spotlight. And here's what really gets me excited for you. This isn't just luck. This is karma. All those lessons Saturn's been teaching you, all that confusion you've been swimming through with Neptune, it was preparing you for this moment. You've earned this. You've done the inner work, and now the outer world is about to reflect that back to you. The surprise might come through your network. A friend might recommend you for something. A group you're part of might open a door you didn't even know existed. Someone from your past might resurface with exactly the opportunity you need. Pay attention to who reaches out this week. They might be carrying your blessing without even knowing it. Thursday's Venus-Chiron trine is the hidden key. Okay, so I want to talk about something that I think most people are overlooking about this week. Everyone's focused on the Moon and Mars, but Thursday's Venus trine Chiron might actually be where the real magic happens. Venus trine Chiron is about healing something that's been broken, and not in a painful dig-up-the-past way. This is gentle. This is grace. This is the universe saying, hey, remember that thing that hurt you? Let me fix that for you. For some of you, this might show up as unexpected money that relieves a financial stress you've been carrying. For others, it might be a conversation that heals an old relationship wound. Someone might apologize out of nowhere. Someone might finally see your worth and tell you about it. And here's what I've realized. The surprise blessing isn't just about getting something new. Sometimes it's about finally releasing something old. That baggage you've been carrying, that story you've been telling yourself about why you can't have what you want. I think Thursday might be the day it finally dissolves. The beautiful thing about a trine is that it flows naturally. You don't have to force this healing. You don't have to dig for it or work for it. It's just going to show up, probably when you least expect it. And when it does, you might not even realize how much you needed it until you feel the relief wash over you. Why this new moon on Saturday changes everything. Now, all of this is building towards Saturday's new moon in Sagittarius, and I know we're talking about this week being lucky, but honestly, I think this new moon is planting seeds for the entire year ahead. This new moon is happening at the very end of Sagittarius, right near what we call the galactic center. This is a highly spiritual point in the sky, associated with downloads, truth, and cosmic wisdom. When we have a new moon here, it's not just about setting intentions, it's about receiving visions for what's possible. But here's the thing, this new moon is squaring Neptune. Now normally that might create confusion or illusion, but with Mars exalted in Capricorn, we have this perfect balance. We can dream big, Neptune, while staying grounded in reality, Mars in Capricorn. We can receive the vision while having the discipline to actually make it happen. I really believe that whatever intentions you set on Saturday are going to have unusual power behind them. This isn't just wishful thinking, this is blueprint creation. You're literally designing what 2026 is going to look like. And with all the lucky energy of this week behind you, you're designing from a place of abundance rather than lack. How to make the most of this cosmic window? So how do you actually work with this energy? Because I think it's one thing to know it's happening, but it's another thing to actually use it, right? First, pay attention to what shows up tomorrow when the moon enters Sagittarius. That's your cosmic trigger moment. Whatever thoughts, opportunities, or people show up, don't dismiss them. Even if something seems random or unexpected, there might be a reason it's arriving right now. Second, be ready to act. Mars in Capricorn rewards action, not just intention. If an opportunity shows up, take it. If an idea strikes, write it down. If someone reaches out, respond. This isn't a week for hesitation. Third, and this is important, let Thursday's healing happen. Don't resist it if emotions come up. Don't push away compliments or gifts. Don't refuse help if it's offered. Part of being lucky is being able to receive what the universe is trying to give you. And finally, use Saturday's new moon intentionally. Take some time to really think about what you want to create, not just for next week or next month, but for the major cycle that's beginning. This new moon is like a cosmic reset button, and you get to decide what program you're installing. The solstice connection nobody's talking about. Here's something else I want you to understand. Sunday is the winter solstice. The sun enters Capricorn, joining Mars in that powerful, structured earth energy. This isn't just the end of the luckiest week. It's the beginning of a new season where all this luck gets to solidify into something real. The solstice is traditionally about the return of the light, and I think that's exactly what this week is bringing, a return of hope, a return of possibility, a return of believing that things can actually work out in your favor. When you combine the luck of this week with the fresh start energy of the solstice, you get this incredible opportunity for genuine transformation. Not the kind where you just feel different for a few days, but the kind where your actual life changes. Where you look back in 6 months and realize everything shifted during this 1 week in December. All right, if you're still here with me, thank you so much for watching. Seriously, I know this was a lot of information, but I really felt like you needed to know what's coming. If this resonated with you and you want more content like this, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. And definitely drop a comment below. I want to hear if you're already feeling this energy. What signs are you noticing? What's shifting for you? I read every single comment, and honestly, I love seeing how we're all experiencing this together. Take care of yourself this week. Make the most of this incredible energy, and I'll see you in the next one.